Another day, another Dejounte Murray trade rumor, and I'm here to break it all down. All that and much more on the Knicks Digest. What's up, guys? It's your boy Dario from Knicks Digest. Before we hop into today's video, kind of want to give a little PSA. These Dejounte Murray trade rumors is starting to feel like the Carl Anthony trade rumors, where it's like every day we're getting like a leaked report or we're getting somebody reporting on something. And honestly, I'm just not sure how I feel about it because I feel like where there's fire, there's smoke. So if different publications are putting out these rumors about Dejounte Murray being linked to the Knicks and the Knicks being interested, then it's got to be coming from somewhere. And Knicks fans, we shouldn't be surprised if this trade actually goes down. But to dive into the actual video, Jake Ficher, who's an NBA reporter for Yahoo Sports, he actually wrote an article where he gave his take on the New York Knicks and a Dejounte Murray trade. And if we dive into the article itself, New York is looking at various avenues to upgrade its point guard depth behind Jalen Brunson, while the Knicks also continue to evaluate center positions because of Mitchell Robinson's ankle surgery. Although with Murray in favor of a fresh start, according to sources with knowledge of the situation, it seems questionable that adding the former All-Star to pair with another ball-dominant lead guard like Brunson would have much different results than Murray's partnership with Young, and Young, of course, being Trae Young. When Atlanta and New York discussed the 2022 trade that brought Cam Reddish to the Knicks, the Hawks valued Quentin Grimes during those talks. That's one thing that I think Knicks fans are kind of a little hesitant about, seeing how if the Dejounte Murray trade would happen, it'll be another ball dominant guard that we're going to have to pair up with Jalen Brunson. And also, he'll be paired up next to Julius Randle. So the starting five will look something like Jalen Brunson at the point, Dejounte Murray at the two, Julius Randle probably will still be at the four, power forward. Isaiah Hartenstein right now will be at the five. And that three position, maybe Dante would slide over to the three, or maybe Josh Hart would get the starting nod. But the big three would be Jalen Brunson, Randle, and Dejounte Murray. And I'm not sure exactly how that would fit. Now, the whole fit with Dejounte and Trae, that's something I feel like a lot of Hoopers are surprised that the Atlanta Hawks haven't taken that leap that we all expected them to. Last season, he was traded midseason, so of course, in order to build chemistry, you have to give it time, and it looks like they didn't have enough time to build that chemistry to make some noise going towards the end of the season. But with an off season, with a training camp, a lot of Hoopers, a lot of NBA heads, we all expected the Atlanta Hawks to be a little bit better of a team than they are right now. And speaking of that expectation, if we dive into Dejounte Murray's numbers, so for the season for Atlanta Hawks, he's averaging 21 points, 4.6 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 46% from the field and converting 39% of his three-pointer. Now, to dive even deeper into those numbers, as far as the field goal percentage, yeah, he's hovering around 46%, but he's taking around 17 shots. So the volume of shots is definitely high. It's not like he's just converting 46% around 7 or 8 shots. He's converting 46%, doubling those amounts of 17. And the three-point percentage hovering around 39-40% at 6 attempts per game. And the whole Dejounte Murray and Trae Young and Atlanta Hawks thing has been so interesting to me as to why they haven't really played to their potential. And I did a little research regarding the Atlanta Hawks as a whole, and I looked into their offensive rating and ranking within the league. They are sixth, ranking 118.8 offensive rating, but their defensive rating. This is why they are such, I don't want to say a horrible team because they are 15-21. They're not a horrible team, but they're just mid. They rank 27th in defensive rating, allowing opponents to score 120 points, 120.2 points per game. And again, like I said, that ranks them 27th in the league. As far as Atlanta, as far as teams in the NBA, where do they rank as far as teams in the NBA scoring the basketball? Well, did a little research and they rank third in the NBA with averaging 122 points. But all of that just washes itself out because they are 27th in the league with defensive rating and allowing teams to just score at will. But going back to the Knicks and seeing how the pairing of a Dejounte, of a Brunson, of a Randle, of a Dante DiVincenzo at the three, or Josh Hart at the three, and Isaiah Hartenstein at the five, that starting five, of course, what would we have to give up? Well, again, we have Evan Fournier and that contract, which as far as contract-wise, we have that. We have that ace in a hole to pair up with other contracts, depending on which player we're trying to target. We also have the draft picks in the stash as well. I'm not this whole the trade deadline is coming up within about a month, and this whole trade deadline is, I feel like there's a lot of players out there, but not a lot of them are going to move the needle. Again, Dejounte Murray, obviously we're talking about right now. There's of course the Donovan Mitchell, Karl Anthony Towns, which I don't think is going to happen because Minnesota's playing really well right now, and they probably want to see what the team looks like depending on how far they go into the playoffs. I just did a video a day ago or a couple of days ago where there's a new rumor that the Knicks are interested in the Jordan Clarkson or Colin Sexton or even maybe both of them at the same time, trying to make a trade for those two. Now, the Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, yeah, that would be a nice boost to the bench, but is it a needle mover? Not sure, depending on who we give up again. Personally, I think at this point, Chris and I, we've done a numerous amount of videos, and in one of those videos, I told Chris that he actually convinced me that if the Knicks actually made the move for a Donovan Mitchell, I wouldn't be upset. I'd understand. They're at a point where they have all this capital as far as players, as far as draft capital, and they already made a move for OG Anunoby, which already propelled them into being one of the better perimeter defenders in the league. At this point, if that's the only move you're gonna make, it's not gonna be that much of a difference this season. I feel like that move was to put ourselves in a position to make another move, and the move that is more likely to be made is probably the Donovan Mitchell move. And if we make that move, I wouldn't be upset about it. I wouldn't be ecstatic, over the moon about it, but I would be interested to see how the team looks for the rest of the season going into the playoffs as well. So I'm not sure exactly what the Knicks do. In my opinion, I think we should just honestly just wait it out until the offseason. As far as right now of making the OG Anunoby move, that's okay. Nice little bolster to the perimeter defense. And we don't have to make a move right now. We can wait it out and see in the off season to see if there's an all-star who gets disgruntled, who gets upset at the organization, and he demands a trade, or if there's just more reports and more rumors that an all-star is just more and more disappointed with the organization that he's with. Maybe not forcing his way out of that team, but just letting the NBA landscape know that he's upset and that he's upset and he might want to change the scenery. So there's a lot of different angles that we could be taking this as far as bolstering up the team. But giving up RJ and quickly in the middle of this season, I'm upset, but I also understand. I'm going back and forth, man, because I get it. They made a nice move and an improvement in bolstering up the roster. We're getting OG Anunoby, but it just seems like there's something still left. There's still left in the chamber. And now if we don't actually make a move for a Donovan Mitchell, let's say, it just seems like this season might be we might just leave. It might be a season of what if. The potential of this season might be just thrown out the window, and we're gonna have to wait another season to see what this Knicks core can do. But I'm going back and forth. I'm not too sure of what my definitive answer is, but I want you guys to leave it in the comments. With the Dejounte Murray rumors really heating up and getting reports about Dejounte and Knicks almost every day now, what do you guys think? Do you guys think we should actually make the move for Dejounte Murray, or do you guys think we should really focus on Donovan Mitchell and getting him to the team and pairing him up with Brunson, OG, Julius, Isaiah Hartenstein, or do you guys think we should just roll with the team that we have for this season, wait until the offseason, and see if maybe there's an all-star who becomes disgruntled and reports come out that he wants to be moved? Let us know in the comments, but until next time, guys, we'll check you out in the next video. Peace.